happiness, health, and strength is guaranteed for any person in the world. This is bringing prosperity. I say to all the presidents, we don't need the presidents and kings and this and that. We need autonomy within ourselves. We are kings and queens, all of ourselves. So let's bring prosperity, all of us, within ourselves, and with that, we radiate and put the crown on our head, because we are kings and we are queens. Let's behave. Do it.
The world is changing. Inspiration is everywhere. It has never been so easy to connect, share, and bring people together. We're learning from others and finding the best in ourselves. Challenging our beliefs, sharing our vulnerability, overcoming our fears, transforming ourselves so we can transform the world. How far can we go?
This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is... This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Wim Hof, the Dutch adventurer and world record holder known as the Iceman. Your Wim Hof method combines cold therapy and breathing techniques to control the immune system response, stimulate endorphin production, and master the body and mind. You have climbed Mount Everest and Mount Kilimanjaro wearing only your shorts, swam underneath ice for 66 meters, and run a half marathon above the Arctic Circle barefoot. During the COVID-19 pandemic, you have been teaching us how to strengthen our immune systems in order to fight the deadly coronavirus. Wim, welcome back to London Real.
Thank you, Brian Rose. That's great. That's a good intro. That skips a lot of explaining already. Yes, we are right in the middle of this situation with the coronavirus. It's like a whole economies have been locked down, and it's really serious. So if it is really serious, the virus, the bacteria, the inflammation, then they should look into how people at will would be able to learn to suppress the inflammation within their bodies successfully. Wouldn't that be very important?
Yes, super important.
So that is exactly what we have shown 7 years ago in the first study, showing that the inflammatory markers after an injection of a bacteria in the bloodstream did not cause fever. It did not cause the inflammation, did not cause headaches and muscle aches because of the bacteria causing the inflammation. Now, coronavirus also causes inflammation. The damaging factor of coronavirus is inflammation. It is the interleukin number 1, interleukin number 6, interleukin number 8, and 11. And we have shown 7 years ago how to suppress it through breathing techniques. And that was the first study done ever within the medical history. And therein we showed as well how to influence deeply into the innate immune system. And that's the problem now. People don't know how to do that. But with these breathing exercises, they will learn almost instantly how to influence positively the innate immune system, which is the crucial factor within the coronavirus. How far it goes, I hear already anecdotal news of people with coronavirus. They say, I am doing the method. I took it down within 2 days. So this is what I hear. I want scientific proof. Of course I want science, because science does not know speculation. But we have proven, and they should look into these studies, into the inflammation markers, the inflammatory bodies, which is causing the damage in coronavirus, they should look, are we able to suppress it at will within the human physiology? Yes or no? We did that already 7 years ago. And at least look at it. That's what I say.
Now, Wim, for a lot of people, they've never heard that breath work could change their immune system. They think they have to go to their doctor and get a pill or go to the hospital and get an operation in order to change their immunoresponse. How do you explain to people that a breathing technique can actually make them safer from a virus?
A bacterial stress, viral stress is in the end cell biological stress. Now you got cold stress, you got heat stress, emotional stress, mental stress, viral stress, bacterial stress. But in the end, it all results into cell biological stress. And are we able to bring that cell biological stress down? Yes, we are. And that goes through the activation at will of the adrenal axis. That's between the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, and the adrenal axis. We bring that into action through these breathing techniques deeply, and with that, deeper systems within our brain and body are going to work. And what happens when the adrenal axis is at work? It resets the body to its natural condition. And the natural condition is where the immune system works a lot better than the way we have come with our immune system in this society, which is very much based with our lifestyles in comfort zone behavior, which is not necessarily stimulating the condition of our immune system. We have become weak. Now, these breathing exercises activate the adrenal axis. And the adrenal axis, once it is at will activated, produces so much adrenaline in a spike that resets the body to its natural condition. And that's where the immune system, from being born, works great. But not the way we lead our lives. We have to change the paradigm, the way we live, because more viruses will come after this. This is a new thing. It comes and it mutates, and we got to lock down the economy. I tell everybody, I know how it looks like. It's not because I'm a philosopher and I'm Jesus or I'm God. No. This is all based in science. And why it has not been taken on? Because there is whole industries who live on the money made by pills, made on our dependency. We have to learn to become more self-aware and use the life force within us. And what is that? The breath. If we use that deeply within us, and we have shown this in comparative studies, then we are suddenly able to tap into the immune system. That's exactly what we need right now. It's very clear what we need. We need a hold on our immune system in the depth. Are we able to do that? Yes. Through what? Breathing techniques. Amazing. And a lot of people will say, but I'm already breathing and I got difficulties to breathe and all. Yeah, but that's because it is all based on shallow breathing. If you go into deep breathing, then logically you change the chemistry inside your body. If I'm going to explain a simple breathing technique, which is able to go into the deepest of the brain, into the immune system, the innate immune system, all thought of, inaccessible by science, still that is the paradigm, but I'll show it, and I show the logic, scientific explanation, then you say, oh, so breathing exercises, now I know. Because these breathing exercises, they exercise the body the vascular system more than somebody who is running. That is one. Two, they compared the results after doing these breathing exercises while being injected with a bacteria. The bacteria had no influence. Then they compared the adrenaline caused by the breathing exercises, lying on bed, being completely relaxed, with somebody who is going for the first time into a bungee jump. They compared the blood samples of the adrenaline. Now, guess what? The guy who's going into its first bungee jump had a lesser level of adrenaline than the guys doing the breathing exercises. Do you see? These breathing techniques, they influence deeply into our chemistry, which we have lost the capability of, because we alienated from nature with our lifestyles. We gotta change our lifestyles and get a hold of our health, of our hormones, which our mood, and our strength, which is the energy production in the cell. Is that all possible? Yes. And it's all based in science. They should look it up. I hereby challenge any doctor to prove me wrong, or just look into it. And then just do it. Instead of thinking, do it, and then you will see, you feel great. Because that's who we are. That's what we are. We are great human beings, all equipped to maintain in health, happiness, and strength. And that's the way. So breathing techniques, yes.
Is it true, Wim, that you are willing to get the coronavirus because you think your breathing techniques can get you through it?
Absolutely. But another thing is, my blood is still of my exercise. Well, exercise has been taken in the university and frozen at minus 80 Celsius. So my blood is already there. You just need to inject it ex vivo in a laboratory setting, the blood serum with the coronavirus. Because that's what they did 7 years ago. They took my blood to a laboratory, and normally if you put a bacteria inside of that blood serum, you get a violent reaction of the immune cells in the blood serum. In my blood serum, there was zero reaction. That means no inflammation. That is the reaction of the innate immune system causes inflammation. But with me, there was zero reaction. So I tell them, and I already talked to the university, to the doctors, hey, why don't you try my blood serum, which is frozen, try it ex vivo in a laboratory, send it to where they do research on the coronavirus, and send it over there, just one little tube. And then you will see there will be very less reaction than somebody with normal blood. And how are you able to influence your blood? Through breathing techniques. So I am willing to do that because I know we are built to be able to fend off virus and bacteria. And through conscious breathing techniques, you will be able to tap in deeply into the systems thought of inaccessible by humans. And that is not only a belief, it's based on science. There I am. And then, of course, I say, hey, and I am willing to do it. Of course, but I'm not crazy. I'm not an idiot, or maybe I'm crazy. I'm crazy about life and my wife, but not an idiot. They can take me and inject, and I will show that we are very able to bring the inflammation down. And then not even that, the inflammation is the innate immune system. But to spike up through the adrenal axis activation, to spike up the specific immune system. And the specific immune system takes the virus down at the beginning. It doesn't let it produce and react within the body, which is causing the inflammation. There it is. And it's all there. I talk to professors. I talk to doctors. I know what I did. We changed science, medical science, fundamentally. Now all the economy is stopping. And with that, the pharmaceuticals, and they have no answer. They have no real answers. They have only pills and medicines to make more money. I tell you, the life force itself, if we get a control over the life force itself within us, and now it's time to spike up our self-awareness, our self-control, and look that we have an innate capacity to fend off bacteria and virus just fine. That is nature. And it's not belief, it's science. Science of the physiology, the way nature meant it to be. So, come on with the coronavirus.
You know, Wim, I had you first on this show about 4 years ago, and I hadn't yet tried your breathing techniques. And after you left, I tried them that day, and it completely changed my mind about this stuff. And I'll be honest, every day now, after I train midday, I have a cold shower, and I do about 4 rounds of your breathing. And it's important. It first of all gets me in a great mental state. I know it's boosting my immune system. And, you know, your stuff is proven by science. I mean, people can go look at the videos. They're injecting E. coli, and you taught a bunch of your students that had never done it before to do the same thing. So you know you can teach this to people as well. That's what's really important, right?
Yes, and that in a manner almost instantaneous. They will be learned or taught to almost instantaneous feel the difference. Instantaneous. Learn how to spike up the adrenal axis, how to spike up their innate immune system. They will feel it and they will do it. According to the science, this is going to happen if you follow this protocol. And the protocol is very easy. It's actually, before I always made jokes about it. I sold T-shirts, said freeze on one side, and on the other side, it said breathe, motherfucker. And of course, maybe I cannot say this on camera, but I said it. Sorry, it is so simple. It is so simple to become much more in control in yourself, over your mood, over your immune system, over your hormonal system, all the systems. And that is through the breath. The breath is the life force. And we are very able to take over conscious control very simply within a half hour.
Wim, there's a lot of people around the world that, I mean, this could literally, you know, make a difference if they have a life or death situation. Can you give us a little taste for the people at home of what just this might feel like for people? Can we give them maybe 1 round? And then, of course, if they want to know more, they can go to your WimHofMethod.com. I know you have an app, but you know, I always feel like if people can just try this once, they're going to be on an adventure with you and your techniques that could literally save lives. Can we do that?
Exactly. Saving life, that is the grace of the soul itself. Of course. Let me explain just a little. What we are going to do is not breathing after exhalation. That's what we are going to do. But first of all, we are going to do deep breaths together. I will accompany the people. And with that, we alkalize the blood through blowing of the CO2, carbon dioxide, that is. And with that, you will be able, very easy and tranquil, witness that after the exhalation, you have no need to breathe for 1 minute. That means all the people who are watching right now in just the first round. If we would do 4 rounds, for sure, we would be able to go for 2.5, 3 minutes after the exhalation without breathing. What happens then is that the adrenal axis is being activated, and that will reset the body to its natural condition. And that is feeling great.
And so this is a way of stressing the body, which is going to make it tougher, almost making you anti-fragile is what we're actually doing here. Is that about right?
Yes, it is an absolute exercise of hormetic stress. Hormetic stress is like a real vaccination. If you give it a little bit of the danger of not breathing, but you do it controlled, then it knows how to oxygenize the body and to optimize the body, and you feel great. We are doing right now the study on the DNA with the San Francisco University UCSF with top researchers of the world. Right now, it's almost finished, almost done on the DNA. It has an absolute great influence on the DNA and the longevity of your life, the span of your life. That's the telomeres. And we got that already. So just follow the breath together with me. We are going for. I want everybody to be able to easily not breathe for 1 minute after exhalation.
Right.
First, my 30 deep breaths.
Okay, and I'm going to time this. I'm going to time it after we're done for 1 minute, just so people have an idea what that 1 minute is, or you can do it. And it's 30 deep breaths, Wim. We're going to do 30 deep breaths, then we're going to exhale and stop and hold for a minute. Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay, and what does one of the breaths look like? Or what does it feel like if I watch you do it?
Belly is going out. That is the bottom of your lungs, influencing the belly. So you breathe with your belly, your chest, and then fully in. Like fully in is belly, chest, head. And then you let it go. Full force in, letting go.
Okay. Letting go. You don't force all the air out necessarily. You just let it go.
You let it go to the atmosphere of the room.
Okay.
So,
and you...
fully in, let it go. That's it. And then fully in again. That's it.
Okay.
Understood. Now,
Okay.
Count. Here we go.
All right. Now I exhale through my nose or my mouth.
It is the way you feel. It doesn't matter. So just don't think, follow the breath. Fully in, letting go.
Everybody do this.
Show it, fully in, letting go. Fully in, letting go. Fully in, letting go. Number 4, 5. With it. You become lighter. Let it go. Okay, 20. Stop. Stop after the exhalation. Relax, witness, mouth closed. No talking, just feeling. Relax. You are fully relaxed. While in your brain is saying, I'm not breathing, there is no oxygen, what is the matter? That is your brainstem. And it is shooting out the adrenal axis. It's all happening right now. And the adrenal axis is to make your body ready to flee, fight, to make your body go into the utmost of functionality. That means with a spiked immune system. All there, and it feels good. And you are very able to do this. Everybody. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, almost there. Okay. Fully in.
That's 1 minute.
Fully, a breath fully in. Hold and squeeze it to your head. Squeeze it to your head. 5 seconds. And 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. Let it go. That is 1 round. Everybody is able to do it. Then 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes after the exhalation. Of course, the body is telling then in the brainstem, there is no oxygen, but the body is alkaline. It's perfect condition. Then the brainstem is shooting out adrenaline. It spikes, it goes down, and it resets the body. And that makes the adrenal axis, making the immune system work the way the nature meant it to be, is to fend off bacteria and virus without the aid and the need of medicines and pills and anything like that. Because nature is perfect.
Oh, I always feel incredible when I do that, Wim, but when I do it with you, I always feel much better. My fingers are tingling when that happens, and my head is tingling, and sometimes I can hear things that I don't normally hear. I can hear the birds in the background. What's happening there? Why do I feel that way, Wim?
Hemoglobin, that's iron in the blood, and it binds oxygen. And that feels like tingling. It's influencing into the nervous system. And the nervous system is like flow, electricity, and it's working better. And suddenly you get an overload of it all. It's nice because it goes then through all the blockages and inhibitions on chemical, cell biological level. And that's good. That's good. It's like the river is flowing through your body, like electricity. It's amazing. And we have shown able to influence into the autonomic nervous system, which was considered to be impossible by humans. And now it is a fact. It is science. And that relates directly, the autonomic nervous system relates directly to the innate immune system. There it is.
There it is. And so to get a proper immune boost for people out there in the world, do you recommend 4 rounds of that, say every day? What's the right amount?
Right amount is 20 minutes of doing this. Will change the chemistry throughout the day to optimize the pH levels within your body. Then your body is working a whole lot better. You get a lot more energy. There is a lot less blockage and inhibition. Chemical residue is being cleansed. 4 rounds, 20 minutes that is. And first round you say 1 minute retention, that is not breathing, 1 minute. Then 1.5, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes does wonders. The miracles of life itself. We are learning to manipulate the life force, which is the breath in the end. And that is amazing. Everybody can do this on empty stomach before breakfast. It's amazing what you're going to feel great. And take the damn cold shower because it's good for your vascular system. Your vascular system is the transportation system of us. It's 100,000 kilometers inside vessels, capillaries, arteries, and which contains millions of little muscles, primitive little muscles. And they are being trained by going into cold shower. Then your heart rate goes down with 20 to 30 beats a minute, 24 hours a day. Stress, goodbye. And then the transportation system, when it is optimized, it brings the blood better to all the cells. Then the nutrients, oxygen, and vitamins, they reach the cells a lot better. That's why a cold shower makes you feel full of life. Yes, that's energy.
So cold shower in the morning, followed by 20 minutes of this breath work, and everyone is going to feel amazing, boost their immune system, have incredible days, more alkaline in their system. I mean, it's a real game changer, isn't it, Wim?
It is. With a little bit of this hormetic exercise, we are able to get back in our natural condition, past our comfort zone behavior. Our lifestyles really, we alienated from our inner powers, our inner physiology. But I tell you, we made it we simplified it all. And it is a cold shower plus 4 rounds, which will be able to change everybody in the world for the good. Not a little bit, big time.
And Wim, so people that don't know your background, you kind of stumbled into this process by being fascinated with the cold. Is that right? I mean, many, many years ago when you were a younger man, you started putting yourself in cold water and you kind of developed this whole methodology through your own experimentation. Is that right?
Yes, 43 years ago, I began my cold dips. It was a day and I just felt attracted. Nobody told me. I never had read anything about it. I went into the cold. I just felt the attraction. I went into it and there without words, but if I explain the sensation, the feeling, it was a sensation of power. It was a sensation of I'm in control. It was a sensation of connection. A sensation, this is it. That sensation was with me. Only 1 minute into the ice water. I went out, I felt a rush for the rest of the day. And the other day I came back, I did it again, and I felt again great. And since then, I began to do it every day, every winter, for 43 years long. And very soon after my first immersions into cold water, I became aware that my breathing automatically or naturally began to deepen. What do you do when you go into cold water? That's what you do. So I learned to cultivate a deep breathing because naturally the deep breathing starts to be deep, to change the chemistry inside, to oppose to the stress of the cold water coming on the body. That's what life force is all about. You got to bring in life force, life force, life force. Then the adrenaline is going to work, the right hormones are going to work, the physiology is changing, and it's able to resist the impact of the cold stressor, which is stress. But bacteria is stress too. Virus is stress too. But what we do in our comfort zone behavior, always go for the no stress situation. So we never exercise, and when then disease comes in, bacteria comes in, or virus comes in, we have no defense system activated. So through going into the cold, taking the cold shower, you learn how to activate the stress mechanisms in the body, and with that immune system, which is part of the defense system of our body. There is the logic. So that began 43 years ago. And I remained doing it, always secretive, because everybody was thinking I was crazy. Going into freezing water, that man is crazy. You stay away from him, he's no good, and all that, where I learned to do things secretively on my own for 25 years. And then I came in contact with the newspaper, and from there, television. Television came in, and then Guinness World Records came, World Records, and I began to do all kinds of records. And you can say I'm crazy, but television is really crazy, because they made me do this. They made me climb Mount Everest in my shorts. They made me swim 50, 60, 70 meters under the ice. They made me go in shorts into the desert without drinking, running marathons, or beyond the polar circle, or hang by one finger in midwinter, in 1.5 kilometers up in the air between two hot air balloons. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. But that caught the attention of the scientists. And they began to say, what this man is doing is actually not humanly, physiologically possible. But he's doing it. Let's investigate on him. And that's what they did. They began to investigate on me, and they saw I was able to resist bacteria on the immune system. And that's what is so beneficial, not only now, but for human mankind anytime. I know how simple techniques are able to spike up the immune system the way nature meant it to become much stronger than we are right now. Fear there is only because we lost connection with our own inner power to rule over the immune system. We don't have it. And we are dependent on doctors, and they have no answer. I tell you, nature has the answer. You, yourself, your inner nature has the answer. But you got to spike it up. You got to go for deep breathing. That's all you got to do. And take the damn cold shower, because it is the natural elements. We are mammals. We got a physiology that is able to endure the elements of nature. What we did is destimulate ourselves, wearing clothes all the time, and thus there is no exercise anymore, no stimulation on the biggest organ of our body, which is our skin. And it doesn't work anymore. There is no interaction. And when then the bacteria is coming, we lose the war. We lose the war. We can have weapons. We can kill countries and big weapons, and nuclear arms, and be so powerful. But we can't see this enemy. This is what I told the first time I went to show scientists, hey, listen, doctors, we are able to influence into our immune system. No, it's not possible, they said to me. In medical history, it's never been shown. Yes, I said, we are able to get into the immune system and the autonomic nervous system. No, that is all not possible. And then finally they saw me able to resist bacteria injected, causing no harm, no fever, no inflammation. They saw me doing it. And then I told them, give me a group of people, and I will show you within a couple of days that they will be able to resist bacteria injected within a quarter of an hour. And they said, okay, let's do it, because you have shown it. And you say that everybody is able to do this. So yes, we began to do this, and I began to talk to these guys to change their mindset. I told them, in the end, I got to him, and I told him, hey guys, you are going to be the greatest gladiators of history, the greatest soldiers, because we are going to win the war that caused most of misery and most of death. And that is the virus and the bacteria. We will show that in 4 days of training, that we will be able to go to the university hospital, be injected with the bacteria, and show, in contrary of thousands who could not, that you 100% score the whole group of people who have been training in the cold, doing breathing exercises, coming, the injection, and it will show that all you guys 100% sure will be able to resist the bacteria of not harming the body in any way, and to have absolute control over the immune system at will. And that's exactly what they have shown. So there I am here right now, saying always the same thing. We have so much more control within ourselves. We are not dependent of so much pills, medicines, and hospitals. We have so much more power within, but we have to change our paradigm that we cannot. We can. And that's who we are. And that's why we come in to show the people what the industry is not telling them, what the hospitals think is not possible. We are changing the science through the science. And those are the doctors. They have the minds and they bring it to, but that takes a longer time. I tell to anybody who's beginning with the coronavirus, who has the coronavirus, is still able to breathe. They are very able to get the inflammation down. Everybody.
It's powerful stuff, Wim, for sure. I force myself into a cold pond here in London every Saturday, and sometimes it's 5 degrees out. And sometimes I don't want to go, but I know if I go and then I do my Wim Hof breathing, I'm going to feel better the rest of the day. I feel incredible. It's something that's transformational for me. It feels better than working out. It feels better than anything else. And it centers me. And it's incredible techniques. And the fact that it can also boost your immune system, I mean, it's just a win-win-win.
Yes, I would almost say Wim, Wim, Wim. The cold bathers in London, they know me. And it shows people who are doing regular ice baths or cold swimming, they don't become sick. There it is. What proof people need? It spikes up the adrenal axis, and with the adrenal axis, it spikes up the immune system. It works then a lot better. It learns how to deal with stress. And in the end, anything is cell biological stress. It could be viral, could be bacterial, could be emotional, but in the end, it is always cell biological stress. And through going into the cold, through doing the breathing exercises, we are learning how to control these stress mechanisms and spike it up. And with that, virus and bacteria suddenly have a lot less to say. Very simple.
Yeah. Wim, there's a lot of fear going on in the world right now. How does that affect your immune system? And what do you think people should do with a lot of that fear?
Fear has an absolute biochemical influence on our DNA. It sets on the wrong genome expressions that will lead to inflammation. Fear leads to psychosomatic diseases. It's no good. It will weaken you. You get in an inert state of your physiology. You weaken yourself through fear. I got a friend, Dr. Capel, Professor Capel, who just wrote a book on the DNA, how the DNA is being influenced through our emotion. Because emotion is chemistry, and chemistry influences into the DNA. A fearful man or a positive man have a complete different outlook on the chemistry in the DNA and on the inflammation. Completely different. So fear doesn't help you. What helps you, being alert, being here in the here and now, and using your breath, and go to the innate capacity to change your chemistry, which needs to be spiked up to fend off the possible intruders coming. So we are very able to turn the fear into determination, into being here and right now. That is becoming like twice as strong. A man who is warned is twice as strong. A woman who is warned is twice as strong. That is the way nature built us to be. We go into fear, it's like we freeze. And then we are weakened. And then the virus is able to do its damaging work within us. Because our defense system, together with the immune system, is lowered. That's what fear does. So if we become only positive thinking, but using the proper material, which is the life force, which is the breath, we make it consciously deeper breathing, then we change the chemistry within. You will then feel not only better, you spike up all the systems and you gain confidence, because that's natural. Natural is to have a alert physiology, which creates naturally in your subconsciousness a thing called confidence. It comes to the mind. You feel suddenly, hey, it's gone. Whatever, the bug is out. You are strong. That's the way nature is meant to be. That's the way we lost that to the understanding of our intuition, of our confidence within. We have become dependent on doctors and this and that, and now it doesn't help anymore. Let's get back to nature. Let's reset the whole thing, because it doesn't work. So is that possible? I tell you, it is possible, and it's scientifically endorsed. Fear doesn't work. Being alert makes you twice as strong. What do you choose? Being weak or being stronger? There's the difference.
Yeah, it's an amazing technique because it makes you so present and it makes you in your body, and it's hard to be fearful when you're super present. And so, yeah, it works on so many levels. I don't remember the last time I took a hot shower, Wim. If I ever have warm water, I always feel like I'm being weak. So thanks to you. Wim, we got 3 billion people in the world on lockdown right now. So they're at home, they're stuck at home, they're sometimes stressed out, there may be too much time on the internet, maybe fighting with family. What advice do you give to people on the lockdown?
Exactly. We have shown in the last study I did was in Michigan. In Michigan, I did things in the brain scans showing that we are able to connect with the deepest part of our brain. That's where the mood is regulated. The mood. So now we are locked down. We are like imprisoned, and we can't release our tensions. We cannot follow our behavior according to the way we think normally. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go to the bar. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go to the Luna Park. I want to make a sabbatical or this or that. It's all not possible. But what is possible is to take this coronavirus lockdown as a great opportunity to learn how to still your mind, how to get into control of your mind. Whatever is going on, you are able to make it and turn it into positive learning, an absolute positive way, which we did not learn in our schools. But life shows it's better that you learn of any situation where you get in, because that's life. Those are the life lessons. And this life lesson right now is very able to take up as an opportunity to learn how to still the mind, to learn how to regulate our mood. It will be helpful for the rest of your life, not only in the coronavirus time, anytime. It's like meditation should be able to be done 24 hours a day. That is our real natural mood. And when stress is coming, we should be able to fend it off and to stay in the eye of the hurricane. So I take it as an opportunity. The whole coronavirus, I feel better than ever. I'm sorry, but that's because I'm just seeing the world is getting now to lockdown, economy is stopped. You know, this is the first time they could actually breathe well in Wuhan, in Beijing. And you could see the fish in Venice, in the waters. because the traffic was all gone. And I could walk outside and hear no car streams going on and on and on. The pollution over the Netherlands has never been so low. And that nature, we have to get back to nature. Not only the nature outside, we also are polluting our inner power, our inner nature. Learn about your mood. Learn to regulate and to see that when your mind is stilled, it is so beautiful. Just to become aware who you are and what you are. Coronavirus time, great opportunity to get the deepest and greatest of lessons done.
I think we're seeing that people have good practices, like you with your breathing, or people that have good physical practices are finding this time, like you said, they're enjoying this time, right? But the people that don't have those practices, that are used to keeping their mind busy with other things, I think they're really struggling right now. So I would say to anyone out there, try these Wim Hof techniques. You've got great programs, you've got an app, you've got the website, and they got to do this, they got to do the cold shower, as it's a game changer. And this could be a wake-up call, I mean, look, a small percentage of people are going to die, but the next time and the next time, this is a great time to build your immune system, to build your awareness, and use this as an opportunity to grow. Is that right?
Yes, it's absolutely so. And there is a free app. As long as we see that we, in the coronavirus, locked down at home, forced to be inside, are conditionally attached to all those activities which we normally do when there is no lockdown, and then we have a sort of our life and being satisfied. Now it is not. Life should be unconditionally feeling great. And these breathing techniques, which are through the free app, for God's sake, it is a free app. You get all the basics, you get all the knowledge, all the science backing it up, that they are very effective and very accessible for anybody who is out there. Just try them once. Prove me wrong by feeling. Prove me wrong by fact. Because this, I love you guys, this worked. And very eloquently, I say this in a sort of Latin derived way, this shit works.
How do we find the free app? What's it called?
WimHofMethod.com.
Okay.
It's a great app.
I'm going to download it right after this. Wim, what happens after this coronavirus is over and we go back to work? Are we going to learn from this? Are we going to start treating our environment differently? I know you have a young child over there. Are we going to get better as a species on the back of this? Do you think we're going to learn something?
Oh yes, absolutely. The next step is the change of the paradigm. There is something great coming. Something great coming, and it comes from humans. The way we think is going to change. Now it is by force. It is a lockdown. Economies. Without economy, we cannot go on like we did before, because viruses will come. I say this is a wake-up call to take over the power, the way the nature meant to be within our bodies and our mind. And we got it, all the science, we got it backed up. We better take serious what we have shown already. And with that, we learn to have a paradigm, a new paradigm, which is much more self-awareness, much more self-control, wherein happiness, strength, and health, which is the control over the immune system and hormonal system, is much more per individual in control. So that will change the world, because if people are able to control their happiness, their hormonal system deeper and better, they will choose happiness. So then the despair, the anxiety, the wars, the tension, the stress, the fear It all will subside when we regain or gain control over ourselves in the depth, the way nature meant it to be. The paradigm is going to show that we have to, but in the end, it will turn into happiness, and it's driven by love, because we are lovable beings once we have control within ourselves.
That's a powerful statement, because when we don't have control within ourselves, we don't act so lovable, right? We act stressed and we lash out sometimes with people. We're not in control of our emotions. But when we do these practices, then we can be in a loving way, which is what we need in this world.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Anne Frank, you know, Anne Frank, the Jewish girl in the Second World War. On her little tile, she wrote, despite of everything that happens, I still believe in the inner goodness of humanity, of the people. And her family got completely killed and all, you know. It's going past hate. People are lovable beings, only they have to find control. And we have shown that that control is there through science. There is no speculation about it. We got to change the people in their understanding of their control, innate capacitate everybody that we are able to control the hormonal system, the immune system, and the cell biological processes for gaining strength, health, and happiness. It's all factual. So this needs to be brought and to be schooled in, say, the primary school. The kids need to begin not only learn about history, mathematics, and language, but about happiness, strength, and health. It is more needed than ever. Now, the awakening will show that nature wants us to be happy and strong and healthy. And that is love. And that is the future.
Wim, how many millions of people around the world do your techniques?
I'm not counting, but it are millions, but it should be billions. It's not mine. I just found something in nature, and there's more than enough for everybody in the world. And it brings happiness, and it brings love. It brings strength, and that is what I wish for my kids. And that is what I wish for every living being on this planet. Because this planet is the most beautiful spot in the whole of universe. Let's take care of each other, and let's take care of this planet. It's coming. We have to, but it's also there. A great, great opportunity.
Yes, it is. And Wim, what's next for you? I know you got these studies you're doing now with University in San Francisco. You know, what else are you doing for the next couple of years? Are you teaching more with people? Are you traveling the world? What are your plans?
Yes, I can do this, podcasts, and show that we have a control waiting for us, which will enable all of us, very accessible and very powerful, to become happy, strong, and healthy, and in control of that. Without money, unconditionally there, back to nature. That is my message. And how I spread it through podcasts like this, which is very important. This work is very important to bring and change the consciousness, the perception of people based on science. That's what I do. I do whatever it takes to spread happiness and love for every people in the world. Anything. And it can be done digitally like this. And if people come, I always help. I'm always there because I do not only believe in it, this is the future. Future is happiness and love. And that's my message. And how I spread it, this way or that way or that way, I don't care. I just do it.
So, Wim, we've had a crazy week here. We're doing like 6 different shows. I had a big show on Monday that was, I think, the second largest YouTube stream in the world. And it got taken off, but that's a whole nother story. But before the stream, I knew there was going to be a lot of people watching. We had 65,000 people watching at one point. I went to the roof of my building and I did your breathing techniques. I did 3 rounds because I didn't have time to go work out. I didn't have time to jump in a cold pool, but I had time, and I did my Wim Hof breathing upstairs, and it got me in the zone. It got me down like you, it got me like this, and I went in and we had one of our most important broadcasts in our whole history. So look, folks, this stuff works. Wim, it's changed my life. You know, I jump into that cold pond every Saturday in Hampstead Heath. People see me, they say, I do the breathing afterwards. They say, is that Wim Hof? I say, yes. They said, I think I've seen your show. I said, yes, that's Wim Hof. I mean, this is a game changer. And when I don't do your breathing techniques, something feels off. It just feels like I'm not doing something right. And I've been doing every day. I've been taking a shower here in the building, and afterwards, I've been sitting there. I sit there afterwards in the shower naked, and I do my breathing techniques there.
Yeah, amazing. I still do it every day as well. I love it. And Brian, I love what you say, of course, but the shit works, and that it is. The work you do is very, very important, amazing. But the challenge to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, in short, it's still there, huh? It's still there. I mean, every big podcaster, I ask the same thing. Hey, man, let's change the world and show it spectacularly that people of any age, any gender, and even with conditions are able to do if they are just so motivated within themselves to go and climb Mount Kilimanjaro, in short, defying the elements of nature to the extreme. And with that, we will show that the white cells and the red cells in the blood change all at will. And with that, we will show that's exactly the immune system. That's what every person should know, that anybody can do this if they only change their paradigm. So that's for September. September, we're going to show, it's going to be great. It's going to be a live stream, man. It's going to be all over the world. And big guys like yourself are coming. And so it's open, it's there. Think about it, let it sink. I most welcome you from the heart, and I love you for your work.
I love you too, Wim. And that's it. Wim's challenging me to go climb Kilimanjaro in my shorts in September. If you think I should go, leave me the comments below here and tell me what you think. All right? You've taken old people up there. You've taken people with conditions up there, and you've proven that your techniques allow them to get to the top of that mountain. And that's a hard climb, right? A lot of people can't make it. So, all right.
Exactly. Normally in 5 to 9 days. We will do it in 1 day.
1 day?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. All right. I'm going to get you an answer. And I want everyone else's opinion. Do you want me climbing Kilimanjaro in September with Wim Hof? It actually sounds amazing. What can I say? Amazing. Wim, I got so much love for you and your son, Anam, and your new family over there. Everything you do is beautiful. Every time you're here in the studios, I always reminded of how much energy you have and how much love you have in your heart for everyone in the world. And you just want these techniques to get out there. And I would just stress for anybody watching us now, if you tried that 30 breaths, then great, you got a taste. Now try doing that tomorrow after a cold shower. Just promise me, try the challenge for 5 days. Go to thewimhofmethod.com, download this free app, and start with the app as well. And do this. If you didn't do the previous exercises, zoom the video back and just do the breaths with me and Wim for 30 seconds and see if you can hold it for a minute. And if your fingers tingle and your brain feels weird, just push through. The first time I did it alone, I said, whoa, what's going on? This doesn't feel right. It's because you're stressing the system. You're building up your immune system. You're building up your body to be bulletproof. And it's an amazing stuff. It's an amazing technique. It's a part of my life. So Wim, I totally appreciate you. I love you. Let's get billions doing this stuff, and we're going to have a happy planet that loves each other and takes care of our planet. I mean, it can literally change the world, this system. So let's get people doing this. Sound good?
It sounds like music. Thank you very much. Holy music. Yes. Holy cow. This is it. And this is the takeover. Take over together with the universities and show that happiness, health, and strength is guaranteed for any person in the world. This is bringing prosperity. I say to all the presidents, we don't need the presidents and kings and this and that. We need autonomy within ourselves. We are kings and queens, all of ourselves. So let's bring prosperity, all of us, within ourselves. And with that, we radiate and put the crown on our head, because we are kings and we are queens. Let's behave. Do it.
I love it. I love it, Wim. You are the king and I am too. So let's do this. I'm going to give you an answer for September in Kilimanjaro. Again, be good. I would say stay safe, but you're always safe because you're the Iceman. So everybody else, get safe out there. You can be the Iceman too. Try these techniques, download the app, and look, sending out lots of love to you and your family. Enjoy this time to build yourself, and everybody else do the same. And Wim, next time I see you, maybe it'll be on a mountain. The mountain and the love. All right, sir, thank you so much, all right? Next time I see you, it will be in person. I'll give you a big hug. And thanks so much for today. I appreciate you.
Great. Thank you for having me, Brian. Once again, great.
All right, my pleasure. We're out of here, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.